What's going on, guys? DLegend here. Today we have yet another PSA return. It's actually been a while since we've done one of these, and I'm excited to showcase the cards that we graded for myself and middleman clients. In these boxes, we should have 30 cards, and not all of them are actually graded. Some of them there was a few issues with certain things, so I will definitely show you guys in a second here and tell you guys what I'm talking about. But PSA did damage one of my cards, spoiler alert, as usual. What's new, right? And then there was also one card that just was not graded, unfortunately. So we'll take a look at that in a second here. I think these are all my cards, so we'll leave those for now. And let's get into the ones for my middleman clients. And yeah, mixture of really cool stuff in this submission. We had some really high-end stuff that got upcharged significantly, and then there's some stuff that got that just got upcharged, that I was surprised actually didn't get upcharged. So let's take a quick look at everything here and go from there. If you guys enjoy this type of content, definitely subscribe to the channel because I do a lot of PSA grading videos as well as PSA returns, and then some mail day videos and pack openings, of course, and box breaks and stuff like that. So let's go into these one at a time. Let's start with this one here. So first and foremost, a Rottweiler first edition Cybernetic Revolution. This is for Ben Hull, and this one got a PSA 9. I thought it was deserving of a 9, maybe an 8 if the grader was harsh, but ended up getting a 9. It is very off-centered, as you can see here, so that's not, you can't really ask for much more than a 9. Congrats to Ben on that. Next up, another beautiful ultimate rare from Power of the Duelist, and this one is Super Vehicroid Jumbo Drill. This one is also a PSA 9. Maybe centering, maybe there's just a touch of edge wear somewhere, I'm not sure, but another PSA 9 right there. Congrats to Ben on your 2 PSA 9s. I'll be shipping these off to you in the near future. Yeah, by the way, I think these cards I submitted back in end of April or early May. I don't really remember what it was, but it's been exactly just over 3 months, I'd say, at this point, or actually just exactly right on the dot, under 3 months. So yeah, just a heads up now, it does take about 3 months for bulk TCG submissions to come through. So anyways, Skyscraper 2 Hero City. This is from Strike of Neos, and it's an ultimate rare, first edition. This one ended up getting a PSA 9. This one is for my friend Justin, local guy in my city. Cool card. PSA 9, probably just because of centering, right to left, and maybe one other little piece. I don't really remember. I'm not going to take too close a look at this, but pretty minty card overall. And I have a PSA 8 that I'm trying to trade him because he doesn't even care for this. He wants to crack this, so I'm like, bro, just give me the PSA 9. You can have the 8, and I'll give you like 10 bucks, and you can have the 8 and crack it and play with it or whatever, because my 8 is really clean as well. There's only just centering issues really to make it an 8, so I think this probably deserves a 9, but that's okay. This one is for Justin for the time being until we work out a deal, hopefully. Next up, we have another card for Justin. This is a big card. This is Dark Magician Girl, first edition from Magician's Force, MFC 000. Beautiful shine to that. Look at that gorgeous card. This is top tier waifu material here for sure, and there were a couple of scratches on the back, I believe it was, but otherwise it's a really clean card, and kind of unfortunate that I got an 8. I think I did predict that it would get an 8 or a 9, so it ended up getting an 8, but look at that card. Just beautiful secret rare shine, and I know he's very happy about this one, so congrats to you, Justin, on that. And of course this card was upcharged to the $40 tier, which is what they do for cards that don't quite reach regular tier pricing, so up to $14.99, and it's for cards that fit between like $499 and $1,499. So yeah, there you have it. Dark Magician Girl PSA 8, gorgeous card. Next up, we have another card from Justin. This is Tifa from Final Fantasy Opus 11. I don't like how the card is shifting in the case. I'm not gonna lie to you, it looks really weird that way, but gorgeous card. PSA 10. This card also got upcharged, but just to the $19 tier. So cool card. Congrats to Justin. I'm gonna leave these actually just in separate piles. I'm not gonna leave them in like what grade they got piles. Zapdos, base set, unlimited. I don't think this is shadowless, like I think it would say if it was shadowless, but Zapdos from base set unlimited, PSA 8. This one deservedly got an 8. I think there's like a decent chunk of edge wear there, right there, as you can see. And then some scratches on the back and stuff like that, and the hollow maybe. So PSA 8, pretty cool card. That's for my friend Eamon and my brother's friend. Next up, a Rockets Mewtwo. This one got like absolutely destroyed grade-wise. It got a PSA 4, but very deserving of it because it is very scratched up on the hollow, and there's just dings and dents kind of throughout the card, like right there. And that was all there before PSA graded this, so yeah. I'm going to drop these off to him in the near future here as well. Next up, we have a Dragonite, level 61 from Legends Awakened. Diamond and Pearl series card. Cool card for sure. Tiny bit of a swirl like down there, I guess, maybe. But PSA 8. Not bad, not bad. A Groudon EX from Double Crisis. This is a full art card. Got a PSA 8. I don't know prices for these Pokemon cards specifically, to be honest with you. So, Lugia V, Silver Tempest, brand new card. Should get a PSA 10, you would think, right? Ended up getting a PSA 9, which is very unfortunate for a modern card. But I think it's just the back centering is just off. It's not even that bad. I don't really know what's wrong with this one. This one got a harsh 9, unfortunately. Maybe just centering from left to right there, but who knows? Next up, we have a Charizard V. This is another modern card that you would think would do really well, but ended up getting a PSA 8. I don't really know what was wrong with it. This doesn't look like it's on the card at all. It's just like a speck of dust inside the case, I think. There's no like dings or dents in the card, so maybe just like touches of like really, really tiny bits of whitening or something. Got this the 8, but I genuinely don't know. It's also off-centered left, right, but harsh grade there for sure. And a Charizard V-Star. This one is off-centered top to bottom, so that got it a PSA 9. It's a really nice card regardless, though. I have one of these as well, and I think mine is also maybe top to bottom off-centered, or else it's left to right. I don't remember which one it is. Maybe it's, yeah, I think it's top to bottom. But I haven't graded mine. I'm thinking about it, but I don't think it's worth it at this point in time. I think in PSA 10, that card is maybe $40 US, so. Next up, a Charizard V from Brilliant Stars. This one is also really nice looking. Like, it looks like there's ripple foil going through it. It's a really nice pattern, so the foiling. This one got a Gem Mint 10, so congrats on that one. That one's huge. I mean, it's not a huge card in terms of value, but like a really cool card to have in your collection, so congrats on that for sure. Next up, we have 3 cards for my good buddy Q on Instagram. And Jimmy is a huge PSA 10 connoisseur. He loves his PSA 10s from every era. He has the biggest collection you guys have never seen because he doesn't post any of it, but he has 3 cards that are graded here right now, and this one is World of Prophecy, first edition from Judgment of the Light, PSA 10. Gorgeous foiling, and just the colors on this card really pop. And I know a lot of people don't like the newer thin pattern secret rare foiling, but I kind of like it. It's quite nice. It's not quite the same as what you would see with like the older like MFC Dark Magician Girl, if you guys know what I'm talking about. These are like thicker lines compared to these. There's like a lot more of them, but they are still both beautiful cards. Like obviously MFC Dark Magician Girl over that all day every day, but cool card nonetheless to add to his collection. Next up, he has a number C 104, as you can see right there. Beautiful foiling Umbral Horror Masquerade from Judgment of the Light as well. He must have opened up a few boxes of this back in the day. He got a Gem Mint 10, and he knew all his cards were mints, so he was like, yeah, let me just grade these, test it out, see how it goes. Star Eater, beautiful card from Judgment of the Light as well. And the last card for Jimmy. Here you go, my friend. Congrats on that Gem Mint 10. Now we have one each, because I have a copy of this as well. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous Ultimate Rare, as well as Ghost Rare and Secret Rare. So maybe he is on the hunt to finish off the set for this. But he actually has an insane collection. I would love to showcase it sometime. I'm going to have to ask him if he will let me do that. But let me just move all these cards off to the side. Those are for my middleman clients. Everything else in this box is for me. And there's a decent amount of cards actually. So let's take a look at everything here and see what happens. So as you can see, there is a cardboard cutout there, which immediately tells you that one card was not graded, which is very unfortunate. That card is my beautiful, heavily loved Charizard EX from Fire Red Leaf Green. This probably could have gotten like a PSA 2 or 1. In my humble opinion, like it's absolutely destroyed, but they didn't put it in a case because they said it didn't fit inside one of these slabs, which I find hard to believe to some degree. Like I understand maybe the corners and edges like would have gotten caught in like the lips of the slab itself. However, I would have loved to see the slabbed up, even if it just like was in a slab for PSA Authentic, just to say what it was, because I like this card a lot, and it's very unfortunate that it didn't get graded or authenticated at the very, very least. I know that the corners are like absolutely messed up and stuff, but it would be really cool to slab this up. They didn't charge me for this one though, thankfully, so that is good. I would not have let it happen. Basically, if you alter something on a card, then they will charge you for it. But if it's something that like they just can't work with, then they won't charge you for it essentially. So yeah, let me leave that off to the side and I will just, I guess, hold on to this in the card saver. Next up, big card. Big card to start off with. We have a Elemental Hero Nova Master. First edition from Generation Force. I got this off my boy Metal Raiders on Instagram. And this card is gorgeous. It's minty pack fresh. He pulled it himself from Generation Force. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. There's just a lot of fingerprints on the case, which I'll have to get rid of eventually. And to do that, you guys can use like little microfiber cloths. Works really nicely. And then there's like little scuffs on the case itself, which are really unfortunate, but that's okay. Gem Mint 10, very happy with Elemental Hero Nova Master. This is a big card. This is probably like $400, I'd say $350 maybe, in PSA 10 Ultimate Rare. Highest rarity for this card, and pretty cool Elemental Hero to add to my collection. Pretty happy with that one for sure. Next up, let's go into this one. This is Elemental Hero Thunder Giant Mattel promo. You guys really like these days. And I actually have two of these. I have one in PSA 9, which is awesome because it's not quite 10 worthy. I know it's off-centered, so that's the only issue with it, but I will take a 9. This is an upgrade for me because I have a PSA 8 copy that I'm thinking about selling actually. So if you guys are interested in this, let me know in the comments below, but they look really nice. And Thunder Giant is one of the cheaper Mattel promos, but this rarity is just really cool. And you can't really find it anywhere else. There are some, there actually are some OCG prints of cards that are kind of like in this rarity, but not quite the same. And then Hobby League or Duelist League or whatever it's called has a very similar one as well. But yeah, PSA 8 is for sale probably. So hit me up on Instagram at DLegend_Yu-Gi-Oh if you are interested in that. Next up, we have, I can't really spoil that. So Elemental Hero Bubbleman, Neo Bubbleman, Shadow of Infinity. It's just a common, but I'm adding this to my personal collection. So I'm very happy with a Gem Mint 10 grade on this. It's maybe a $30 card graded, like to be quite honest with you, maybe $50 at most, because I don't think a lot of people grade this, but so it's probably pretty low pop. But an Elemental Hero card and a card that I'm going to add to my collection nonetheless, and I'm very happy with that. Next up, we have a Gemini Elf Lost Art promotion card. This card is gorgeous. I literally don't know what's wrong with it. It got a PSA 9, which I'm very disappointed with. Because I thought it was 10 worthy. I guess maybe top to bottom centering is slightly off, but it should be a Gem Mint 10 card in my opinion. Like it's pack fresh, beautiful. Got this from a local OTS myself, and of course, gorgeous card. Unfortunate 9 there. Another unfortunate 9 is this Majestic Red Dragon, another beautiful thin line secret rare from a newer set. This is the collector tin version of the card, of course. But I'm going to add this to my Signer Dragon collection, I believe, unless somebody really wants it. I don't necessarily need all the variants of the cards. I kind of just want the 5 original Signer Dragons, 6 original Signer Dragons. Yeah, because I already have Stardust. I already have Red Dragon Archfiend. I'm going to be grading a Black Rose Dragon pretty soon here. I have Ancient Fairy Dragon, I have Power Tool Dragon, and I have Black Wing Dragon. So I have the first 6 cards from the Signer Dragons, essentially, and Majestic Red is not one of those, so I might sell this, who knows. Let me know in the comments below or hit me up on Instagram if you are interested. Another beautiful card is Latinum Exarch of Dark World. So this card is one of the only Dark World monsters that I actually genuinely like. I think it looks epic, and it's from Photon Shockwave, first edition. This one was not quite gem mint worthy. It got a PSA 9, so I'm okay with that. Really nice cards, adds to the collection regardless, and I just love the foiling on this. I would love to see a Euro copy of this because I think it would look amazing as well. But really, really nice card. Very happy with that and the grade as well. And yeah, nothing really wrong with it. It's just a couple light scratches on the back, I think it was, and then maybe ever so slightly off-centered top to bottom. So what can you do? What can you do? I feel like I got murdered on this sub, but like a lot of people are like, it's actually not that bad. Next up, a Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. This one I pulled myself. Like I pack fresh pulled this myself. I'm extremely disappointed with the PSA 9 for this one because I pulled it out of a booster box of new challengers, and it is clean. Let me tell you that right now. Like, it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know why I got a mint 9 rather than the gem mint 10, but it is what it is. Another card to add to the collection. This one hurts as well. Clearwing Synchro Dragon, my favorite cover card from from Arc 5. I really like Cross Souls. I never pulled the Secret Room myself, and it shows because I got a near mint 8 on this copy, which is unfortunate because I don't know what's wrong with it. Like, it's a very clean card. I think I don't know if I got this one off the Panda Duelist or not, if he gifted this one to me or what happened, but card that I really enjoy, and yeah, it's unfortunate. Very unfortunate they got an 8 because I would have preferred like just a set of 9s on these ones for the Dimension Dragons, but it's all good. Next up, Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, PSA 9 as well. Again, a card that is very clean, just ever so slightly off-centered, I guess, top to bottom. Which is really strange because like it doesn't look like there's actually a whole lot of border on the top. It's just the bottom has like no border, which is really weird. I feel like they overprinted the synchro background somehow. But another really cool card, and another low-ish grade considering what I thought they would all get. Next up, Elemental Hero Core. I'm also missing, I am missing Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon from Duelist Alliance for this set to be complete. I don't really count this obviously, but I do need Odd Eyes to complete my secret rare set for cover cards from Arc 5. So if you have one, hit me up in PSA 9 or 10 or even 8 or just raw. I'd prefer raw actually, but yeah. Next up we have Elemental Hero Core. This one got a PSA 7. I'm a little surprised at that, but not really because there are a lot of scratches on the front. I thought that they would be generous and give this an 8, but no luck. It's nice and clean otherwise, just some hollow scratches on the front. Got this one from Dash the Collector and got a PSA 8 on 7 on it. So it is what it is. Just another card to add to the hero collection. It's not like a main series hero or anything like that, so I don't really care about it that much, but I feel like I figured I'd just grade it just to have it on hand. Next copy of Clearwing Synchro Dragon, another chance at a PSA 9 or 10, and then another 8, of course. So this one is, I think I might gift this to one of my friends. We'll see. But this one's clean as well. I'd really like just off-centered. It should be a 9 though. Very unfortunate that this one got an 8 as well, but I'm probably gonna keep the ones in consecutive certs and then gift that one to my friend. Next up, Rayquaza EX. My only Pokemon card in the submission other than the Charizard that did not get graded. This one I thought would get like a PSA 6, maybe a 7 if I was really lucky, and it ended up getting a PSA 6. And I'm okay with that because this card is gonna stay in my personal collection for a very long time. The holo is scratched up, as you can see there, like literally everywhere on the holo. And there's like really weak corners. But it's a beautiful card from my childhood and I wanted it slabbed up. Probably could have gotten it PSA Authentic instead, but I like PSA 6s, they're nice. I'll take it. Very nice card regardless. And that is the end of the cards that actually got graded. 1 6, 1 7, 2 8s, a bunch of 9s, and then 2 10s for myself. Otherwise, everybody else did really well. So yeah, thank you guys for submitting through me. This is the last card in the submission, and of course, this is the card that got damaged. This is my Maxor first edition from Dawn of Param Secrets, and it got damaged during the grading process. And I'm like, where did it get damaged? I genuinely don't really know. I can't tell. Like, please, somebody tell me where it got damaged. Like, the back looks a little more foggy than usual. Like, there's a lot more, like, scratches on it, I'd say. But I don't see necessarily where it got damaged. Usually it's pretty obvious. Maybe it's at the bottom here. Oh, I think yeah, it's at the bottom right there. You can tell right there. They must have closed the case onto the card itself and caused that damage at the very bottom, like right there. You see the lip? So basically this little piece right here, this little plastic slit, probably caught the card. And so there's probably, I think that's what happened. Like they probably caught it like in between the plastic pieces on the front and the back of the slab, and just kind of sandwiched it and damaged the bottom there. But that's actually the best place you can possibly have damage. So I'm actually not that mad at this. I mean, I'm pretty mad at it because they would have given it a PSA 8 originally, and that's what they graded it. But then they damaged it and they said it was a PSA 5 or PSA Authentic. So obviously I chose PSA Authentic because PSA 5 does not look good. But it looks really nice otherwise. It's a clean card. I'm happy to have this in my collection, at least slabbed up, because first time grading chaotic cards, and I really, really like this card. This is like the Dark Magician of chaotic, I'd say. And this is like the ace monster of the main character in chaotic. His name's Tom, and Major Tom. If you guys watch chaotic, you know what I'm talking about. But this is a cool card to add to my collection. They gave me $200 for this as reimbursement. They originally offered $150. I said that was too low. They gave me $200 as reimbursement, and they did not charge me to slab this up. It would have been like the $15 grading fee, but obviously they canceled that. And yeah, so ended up getting $200 as reimbursement for this. Not that unhappy with just the way it looked. I mean, I guess I'd rather take $200 plus this nice looking authentic card than a PSA 8 of this card. So that's not the end of the world, I guess. But other times PSA has damaged my cards, I've been really mad. This is like the 6th time though, 5th or 6th time. And it's definitely unfortunate, but it does happen. And at least they came clean to me this time rather than me having to like chase them down to say like, hey, like review my card because you damaged it. They just straight up told me in an email, they were like, hey, sorry, we damaged your card. There's an issue with it. We're going to reimburse you for it. But really unfortunate that I had to like fight them basically to get me that $200 refund rather than $150. Because this is a really rare card. Like it's not that rare because it's not a ripple foil. And you guys don't know that. I mean, if you guys know what chaotic is, and if you are into collecting chaotic, but it is what it is, guys. I will take it. $200 basically pays for like my entire submission there, essentially. My cards at least. So that's nice, I guess. But again, PSA does damage cards, and it does happen. So just be aware of that. And yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. There will be more PSA returns in the near future, as well as some mail day videos. So stay tuned for all of that. And yeah, hit me up if you guys are interested in this Mattel promo, Thunder Giants. But that's the end of the video, guys. Catch y'all soon. Peace.